After a long, hot weekend at the lake, we are back and I'm ready to do some FOXBODY stuff. So today we're going to talk about, well, all of these cars. Previously, I mentioned that the Terminator X in this car wasn't working. Something happened to it, but I was mistaken. Terminator X is fine in this car, and the issue was a bad terminal, a bad negative connection up here on the terminal. And don't mind this, I have an intake leak. This is the crap I have to deal with. Okay, so the issue was right over here on the negative terminal. So I just went ahead and hardwired that in as a temporary fix. As you can see, under the hood of this thing is disgusting. It's filthy. We got to do some work on this car. But here's the cool thing about the Calypso. It can always be that project car, right? It can be the car that we change up and we do different things with. I may even change the color of this car here pretty soon. We could go back to an LX, you know, style, like hatchback LX on it, which is what this car actually is. So we may do something like that. But anyway, in this video, I want to help you guys out. I want to let you know what the cause was for my gray car, the Carbon Fox, and why it was skipping or misfiring. As I disclosed in the previous video, this thing had a misfire and it was weird. It was something that you didn't notice unless you went a little over half throttle or beyond, and then occasionally it would have just like a very subtle miss. I'm going to disclose what that fix was here in just a minute. Also, Papa T hooked me up. It was my birthday on the 17th. He hooked me up with a new car cover, and check it out, guys. The retro is freaking clean, and it's sitting under here. Now, I'd hoped that in this video we would be putting the quarter horse back in, and I'd show you guys just how easy it is to swap them like amongst each other, but quarter horse didn't come in. So we'll cover that in another video. All right, so for right now, let's go ahead and see if the Calypso will start. I've been having some battery issues here lately, buying these cheap batteries. So we'll go ahead and bust this thing off, see if it'll move. We'll get this car down. We'll drop the new tune in it. I'll let you guys hear it with the exhaust. No, I don't believe it. I don't believe that we have a dead battery. No way. Hey guys, come here. You know I like to teach when I can, so today I'm going to show you guys how to load a tune into your quarter horse. Show you just how simple it is if you're curious, you know, about getting like a quarter horse and you wonder kind of how it works. You just need a laptop, obviously. So the cool thing about a quarter horse is you can access it with the key off. Like the battery that's in the quarter horse will actually allow this thing to power up. Like you have to have a license to be able to do this, and I chose the USB dongle license, which means any computer I plug this into, I can tune from there. So any quarter horse, whatever the case may be, it doesn't have to be my specific one. So we have everything pulled up here, and this is your binary editor right here. This is what you're going to use to tune your quarter horse with. So now all I have to do is go to my email. So all we have to do is download our tune. It only takes a second to do this, by the way. So this is what your, I don't know if you guys can see it. This is what your tune file will look like. And he sent a picture of our new timing curve. So we're right at about 30 degrees of timing now, wide open throttle. But guys, it's just that simple. Once you download it, go back over into binary editor. You go right up here. I know you guys can't see this. Open calibration, and it'll load, it'll recognize your latest tune, which is this one. That's it. And then hit right. And that's it, guys. We've got our new tune in the car. Let's go ahead, start this thing up and see how she does. Oh yeah, by the way, we did put turn downs on here, so I'll go ahead and let you guys hear this thing. Tell me what you think. All right, so that's how you load a tune in when you have a quarter horse. It's pretty simple. All you gotta do is go to your email, grab your tune, if that's what you're doing at least, and drag it over in there, write it, and you're good to go. All right, let's talk about why this car was misfiring. This is something that's very important, and I think this needs to be covered. All FOXBODY guys really should watch this video because there are a lot of different things that can cause a misfire issue. But one of the most common few things, I'll go ahead and cover a few things with you guys that I've run across over the time are these things. Your coil. That's right. You may think to yourself, well, duh, I mean, a coil obviously can cause a misfire. But here's the deal though. This is the second brand new coil that I have put on this car, or coil for you guys that like to make fun of me. Okay, so I'll give you guys a quick rundown of this car. This is the old 1K Fox. So when John brought this car to my house, it didn't run. He purchased it that way. Had a brand new MSD coil on it, so we thought, obviously that's not the problem. So we chased down everything else you could possibly think of to figure out what was going on with this car. Well, long story short, by the end of the day, we said, to hell with it. Let's just pop another coil that we've got on it and see if it runs. Here's the coil that we put on it the day that he brought this car over. And this is what it took to get it running. Brand new MSD sitting over there, did not work. Anyway, long story short, before we went to Ford Takeover, I had a new Screaming Demon coil sitting in the cabinet over here that was supposed to go on the red car. Well, I decided to go ahead, put it on here with our new Anderson wires, and you know, just clean everything up. That's when the misfire started, was after we put the coil on it. So we all know new parts can go bad. Obviously, this is the second time that this has happened with this particular car. I don't think it's a voltage spike or anything like that. I mean, this car puts out 12 to 14 volts, somewhere in there, just like a normal car does. I don't know. But this thing obviously is killing coils, other than this little coil right here that just pretty much lays over in the corner somewhere. So here's the deal. Check your coil. If you have a misfire that you can't seem to trace down, just go ahead and replace your coil, change it with a buddy's, like if you've got somebody else that's got a FOXBODY or something like that, slap it on there and test it out. You may be surprised. I went ahead and replaced the TFI module on this car, replaced the plugs. So let this be a lesson. No matter what new part you put on, it can fail. I mean, that's just part of this. It's the way that it goes. A lot of times the TFI module gets a really bad rap. Like, that's pretty much going to be the thing that most people are going to point you to. And I'm not going to lie to you, I assumed that's what the problem was. The car was getting hot and it was misfiring under a load. Nope. Actually, it was the new coil over here. So that little $40 coil that we picked up from AutoZone or wherever it was worked out great. Now, some of the other things that will obviously cause a misfire, and this is probably one of the most common things that I've noticed with these cars, are your injectors. So if your car just randomly one day starts to have a misfire, or either it's down on power, or either it sounds like it has a cam in it, I'm going to tell you the one that usually is. It's going to usually be your number 8 injector under here, which is extremely difficult to get to. But if you get it the right angle, you can look down through here with a flashlight. You can pretty much see all of your injectors. Sometimes it's best to reach around this way and check to make sure that that number 8 is plugged up. And a lot of times these things don't have the clips on, so they just pull. Look at this, guys. It's just horrible. So make sure that your injectors are plugged up. But also plug wires. Sometimes you won't be able to see that they're burnt. So here's my recommendation for anybody that's trying to chase down a misfire. If you're pretty much sure it's going to be fire, first thing that you should do, pull into a dark garage, something like this, maybe at night, close all the doors, cut out all of the lights, everything you can possibly turn off. And once you do that, go ahead and start the car up. And if you have a misfire, anything like that going on, you'll be able to detect it because it's completely pitch black. And here's the deal though, a lot of times you won't see an actual arc. You'll see almost like a corona, like a glow around your plugs, like where they overlap and things like that. And you have to look very, very carefully in pitch black to be able to see it. It took me seeing this with my own eyes to know that this is a serious issue. And I think a lot of times we overlook this when we're chasing down things. If we look at our wires, we don't see anything out of place and we think, okay, they're good, but you need to check them, especially if they have any age on them. So go ahead and check your plug wires out, guys. A slight vacuum leak will cause your car under a high load, meaning 4th or 5th gear, running 35, 45 mile an hour. Your car kind of has that like jerk to it, that buck. Check for small vacuum leaks. I have a video, I don't actually have it up here. Yeah, there it is. So my smoke tester over here, Mr. Fusion, I have a video right up here where I'll show you guys how to build that. I highly recommend that you smoke test your cars. I don't care what it is. Smoke test it and you'll be able to see if you have any slight vacuum leaks that you can't detect by ear or anything like that. Car definitely seems more responsive. Air fuel looks good. Shuffle from a little bit of a roll. Oh yeah. So I can definitely tell a difference with the timing that he added in the car. So, all right, so there's that, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. I hope you enjoyed the video. This is how it sounds with turn downs on it. It's a lot lower of a tone at cruising. As you can hear, it starts to ramp back up, but as soon as you get on it, you start to lose a little bit of that and it actually becomes pretty tolerable. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up, guys. And as always, thanks for watching.